Have you ever found yourself just effortlessly swiping through an app? Like it knows what you want next.
Mm,
Or maybe the opposite happens, right? You get completely
right.
lost on some website and it's just frustrating. So clunky.
Oh, definitely. We've all been there.
We interact with, countless digital products every single day. And we often don't really think about the design, the choices behind making them intuitive.
Hmm.
Or sometimes, yeah, incredibly confusing.
Right.
But what actually goes into crafting these experiences,
Hmm.
and where do those first, like, sparks of ideas even come from?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah. So today, on the deep dive, we're kind of pulling back the curtain on design for different interactions.
Okay.
We're going to journey from that very first glimmer of an idea through how information gets organized all the way to the tangible ways we actually connect with technology.
Sounds good. We're covering ideation, interaction design, information architecture.
Exactly. And the different interaction and interface types.
Got it.
Our mission here is really to distill the most important stuff from our sources. Give you a shortcut, basically, to understanding these hidden principles that shape our digital world.
So get ready for maybe some aha
Let's
moments.
hopefully. Yeah, prepare for some surprising facts, maybe a new way to look at your favorite apps.
It's pretty insightful when you realize that almost every digital thing you touch, it's not accidental. It's the result of really intentional choices.
Right.
And like you said, it all has to start somewhere. That initial spark, that's where we need to begin.
And that spark, the very beginning, is what designers call ideation, which, okay, sounds fancy, but at its simplest is just generating ideas, right?
Pretty much. But
Yeah.
it's rarely just one person, having a solo eureka moment. It's usually more structured than that.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want really effective design, ideation is fundamentally collaborative. The best teams, they cast a really wide net. They get insights from designers, users, usability folks, all the stakeholders. The goal is just getting as much diverse input, as many perspectives as possible. It's all about that collective intelligence.
That makes total sense.
Mm.
And our sources mention these golden rules for ideation,
Yeah.
which are interesting because they kind of challenge what you might normally do.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, the first one, there are no bad ideas. Why is getting rid of judgment so critical right at the start?
This is huge. It really taps into psychology. If you want a truly creative space, a comfortable one, you have to kill the judgment.
Okay.
That means no negative thinking, no yeah but responses, and definitely no nah faces.
Haha. Nah faces. Love that.
You know those little expressions that just shut someone down? If someone seems hesitant, you remind them, right now, every idea is valuable. It creates psychological safety. That's where innovation happens.
No nah faces. I'm already thinking about times I've probably made one.
Ah.
It's so true. A little reaction can just stifle something potentially brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, building on that, the next rule is capture everything. And I have to admit, I'm guilty. I always think, oh, I'll remember that.
Everyone does. But our sources are clear. You won't remember it tomorrow.
Right.
In the heat of the moment, great thoughts just vanish if they're not written down immediately.
Yeah.
So the only way is capture everything. Maybe on a Post-it, right when it's said. You lose one spark, you might lose something big.
Okay, capture it all. Now, this next one, this is really interesting. It challenges what most people think about teamwork. Go for hybrid brainstorming.
Ah, yes.
Most people just assume, stick everyone in a room, brainstorm together, that's best. But the research suggests maybe not.
That's right. Pure group brainstorming, everyone shouting ideas. It doesn't always work best. You can get groupthink or just the loudest voices take over.
Wow.
What seems more effective is combining things. Do individual ideation first, give everyone quiet time to think. Then you move into group exercises. You get the depth of individual thought first, then the energy of the group. Usually leads to more ideas and often better ones.
So let everyone warm up their own engines first. Makes sense. And the last rule, quantity over quality. This feels wrong. We're always told quality matters most.
I know it's almost counterintuitive, isn't it? We're so trained to filter and judge constantly.
Yeah.
But in ideation, focusing on quality, or if it's feasible, too early, it just blocks the creative flow. It stifles things. The goal here is just volume. Get as many possibilities out as you can. Think wide.
Okay.
You can refine and filter later. This first phase is just about pure possibility. Often it's like the 50th bad idea that sparks the really great one.
All right, so those are the ground rules. But how do we actually do it? What are the tools? Brainstorming is the classic, but let's talk about some others.
Sure, one really effective one, especially for making sure everyone participates, is brainwriting.
Brainwriting, okay.
Yeah, picture a group at a table, everyone gets paper, writes the problem at the top. Then for, say, 3 minutes, each person writes down 3 ideas. Silently. No editing, no talking.
Okay.
Then you shuffle the papers, pass them along. Everyone reads the ideas they just got, and then adds 3 more ideas. Building on what's there, or totally new ones, the moderator keeps time.
Oh.
Then you collect them all and discuss. It's super effective for getting diverse input and stopping those dominant voices from taking over.
That's really smart. It forces everyone to contribute without feeling put on the spot. Okay, now for something.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds more fun. The worst possible idea technique.
It is fun and surprisingly effective for breaking through blocks. It's totally counterintuitive.
How does it work?
You start by intentionally brainstorming terrible ideas, like truly awful solutions to the problem.
Okay.
Then you list why they're so bad. What are their awful properties? From there, you look for the opposite of those bad attributes, or maybe substitute something else.
Ah, I see.
And you can even mix and match bits of the bad ideas to spark something new and unexpected. It's great for jogging creativity when you're stuck, plus it adds some humor.
I love that. Sometimes going way off track helps you find the right one. Okay, and then there's Scamper. That sounds very systematic, like an acronym.
Exactly. Scamper was developed by Bob Eberly. It uses action verbs as prompts to help you modify existing things or create new ones. Imagine you have just a standard coffee cup.
Okay.
Scamper asks, S, can you substitute something? Maybe the material. C, can you combine it with something? A lid with a stirrer. A, can you adapt it? For a car cup holder. M, can you modify it? Change the shape, the color. P, can you put it to another use, like a tiny planter? E, can you eliminate something? The handle. R, can you reverse it? Instead of hot, could it keep things cold?
Wow.
It's just a really structured way to push your thinking in lots of different directions.
So these aren't just for, like, professional designers in fancy studios.
Not at all.
You can use these techniques yourself, right? At work, solving a problem, just trying to be more creative. They could unlock some fresh ideas.
Absolutely. Anyone can use it.
Okay, so we've got these great ideas now. The next step is figuring out how people actually use them, which brings us to interaction design.
Yeah.
What is that at its core?
Interaction design. Fundamentally, it's about crafting the dialogue, the back and forth between users and products, usually software like apps or websites.
Okay.
The main goal is just to create products that let users achieve what they want to do in the best way possible, the most intuitive, satisfying way. And it involves a lot more than just looks. It's aesthetics, yes, but also motion, sound, space, even the emotional response.
How it feels to use it.
Exactly. It's the whole experience.
And our sources break this down into the 5 dimensions of interaction design, kind of the building blocks for a good experience. Let's start with dimension 1, words.
Words are critical. Think about button labels, menus, error messages. They have to be meaningful, simple, and clear, not overwhelming. Too much jargon or unclear instructions, the user gets lost immediately. Words guide the journey.
Okay, so words are key. But beyond text, how do designers communicate quickly? That must be dimension 2, visual representations.
Precisely. This covers graphics, images, typography, icons. They work with the words, often bridging language gaps or simplifying things quickly. A good icon can communicate an action faster than text sometimes.
Makes sense. Now, it's easy to forget that we use this stuff in the real world, which brings us to dimension 3, physical objects or space. This seems crucial. How does the physical context matter?
Oh, hugely. This dimension considers, first, the physical tool you're using, laptop with a mouse or phone with your fingers. But crucially, it also includes the physical environment. Are you on a shaky, crowded train trying to tap a tiny button, or sitting comfortably at a desk? These external factors massively affect how you interact with the product.
Context is everything. Okay, dimension 4 is time. That sounds a bit abstract. What's time in interaction design?
It's important, though often subtle. It refers partly to media that changes over time, animations, videos, sounds. These are often used for feedback.
Like a loading spinner.
Exactly, or a little swoosh sound when you send a message. It also covers the duration of interaction. Can users track their progress, save things, resume later easily? It manages expectations and creates flow.
Got it. And finally, dimension 5. Behavior. This sounds like it ties it all together.
It really does. Behavior covers the product's whole mechanism how users perform actions and how the product responds. It's how all the other dimensions combine to define the interaction.
Including emotions.
Yes, including user reactions, product feedback, emotional responses. It helps designers map out what users can do and gives clues about functionality, like how a button looks like it should be pressed. It's the dance between the user and the system.
Wow. It's amazing how these dimensions have to work together. If one is off, the whole feeling can be wrong.
Yeah.
Designers must be constantly asking questions, right? Like,
Ooh,
what
yeah.
feedback does a user get after doing something?
Yes, that's vital for ensuring timely feedback. If you click a button and nothing happens, it's not just annoying, you wonder if it even worked.
Right. Did it break?
Exactly. Feedback confirms the action, builds trust.
Or, thinking about mobile, are the interface elements big enough to actually interact with?
That's strategic thinking. Is a button too small for a thumb on a phone screen? That directly hits usability, causes errors, frustration.
And are familiar or standard formats used? Does that help?
Absolutely. Using standard elements, familiar patterns, it simplifies things hugely, enhances learnability. Users don't want to relearn basics for every single app. It makes things feel intuitive, less mental effort.
So next time you use an app that just feels right, or a website that's easy to navigate, pause for a second.
Huh?
Think about how those 5 dimensions and those key questions were balanced.
Mm.
They guided you, anticipated what you needed, helped you get things done. It really is thoughtful design.
It is.
Okay, so we've crafted the experience. But what about all the information? How do we organize all that content so it actually makes sense? That's where information architecture, IA, comes in. What is IA, really?
Information architecture, yeah. It's basically the science of organizing and structuring content, websites, apps, social media, whatever, making it understandable, navigable.
Okay.
It's about arranging the parts so they're clear, and it connects to how people actually process information in their heads. It's vital for info-heavy sites like news sites, but also for things like your phone's settings menu.
It sounds like the unsung hero of making things usable.
It really is.
Our sources mention some key principles of IA, things that make content findable, like the principle of objects.
Right. That principle says, treat content like a living thing. It has a life cycle, behaviors, attributes. Think of a product on Amazon. It's an object with reviews, price changes, images. Its whole life.
Okay. And the principle of choices.
That's the classic less is more. Keep choices minimal. Too many options overwhelm users, lead to decision fatigue.
Yeah, definitely felt that. What about the principle of disclosure?
That's about showing previews. Little snippets of info that help users understand what's deeper inside if they click or tap. Guides them without forcing them down a path they didn't want.
Like seeing the first line of an email.
Exactly like that.
And this one, the principle of front doors. This sounds like something every web designer needs tattooed on their forehead.
It really should be. It just states, assume at least half your users won't start at the homepage. They'll come in from Google or social media, somewhere else.
Right.
Which means every page needs to make sense on its own. It has to function as a potential front door. If you land on page 17 of a blog, you still need to know where you are and what's going on.
That's huge. And this obviously helps the user. Our sources mention different ways, like known item seeking.
Yeah, that's when you know exactly what you're looking for. But good IA also helps with exploratory seeking, browsing for inspiration, not sure what you want yet.
No.
It helps with exhaustive research, trying to find everything on a topic. And even refinding, getting back to something useful you found before.
What's really striking, though, is that good IA isn't just nice for users. It actually has big value for businesses too, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's hidden.
Oh, absolutely crucial. If users or employees can't find information or do tasks easily, the business suffers. Good IA boosts productivity, sales, reputation. It helps get new customers, cuts marketing costs, improves SEO.
Produces support calls.
Exactly. Cuts down on needing live help or extensive support docs. It's foundational for user satisfaction and business success.
So every time you easily find what you need online, you're experiencing good IA. And when you're lost and confused, well, that's probably bad IA at work.
Pretty much sums it up.
Okay, let's zoom in now on how we actually engage with these systems. Interactions and interfaces. What's the difference? They sound kind of similar.
What's a subtle difference, but important? And yeah, people often mix them up. An interaction type is about what the user is doing. Are they instructing, conversing, manipulating something?
Okay, the action.
Right. Whereas the interface type is the kind of interface used for that action. Is it speech, a menu, gestures?
The tool.
Exactly. Action versus tool.
Perfect. So what are the main interaction types designers work with? Our sources list 4 core ones.
Okay. First up is Instructing. This is where you just tell the system what to do, tell your computer, print this, save that, what time is it? It's super common, word processors, vending machines.
Right.
Its main advantage, it's quick, efficient, especially for repetitive things on lots of items. You know what you want, you tell it, it does it. Simple.
That's definitely most of my computer use.
Yeah.
Efficient. Okay. Second type, conversing. This is like our smart speakers, right?
Absolutely. This is interacting like you're having a conversation. Simple voice menus or more complex natural language stuff, asking your speaker a question, using a chatbot for help.
Yeah.
The appeal is it feels familiar, comfortable, especially for novices, kids, maybe people who are a bit scared of tech. Puts them at ease. The downside. Misunderstandings happen easily if the system can't quite parse what you mean or lacks context.
Okay, so good for accessibility, but can be tricky. Next is manipulating. Sounds very hands-on.
It is. This involves actions like dragging, selecting, opening, closing, zooming, acting on virtual objects. It taps into our knowledge of how we handle things in the real world.
Like using a mouse to drag a file.
Exactly. Or using a physical controller, like a Wii remote, or even air gestures, like with Kinect, to control something on screen.
And under manipulating, there's this term, direct manipulation, or DM, coined by Ben Schneiderman. This seems key for those really interactive interfaces.
Yes, DM is huge. It means you have a continuous visual representation of the objects you care about. You use physical actions, dragging, pressing buttons instead of typing complex commands. And your actions are rapid, easily reversible, and you get immediate feedback. People often enjoy DM interfaces. Novices learn fast, experts work fast, fewer errors, less anxiety. You feel in control.
Sounds like the dream interaction almost. But are there downsides? Our sources mention some.
Yeah, it's not perfect for everything. Sometimes the metaphor gets taken too literally. And not all tasks fit it well, like spell checking a whole document. You don't want to drag every misspelled word. Better to just delegate that to the system.
Good point.
DM interfaces can also take up a lot of screen space, showing everything all the time. And sometimes, believe it or not, moving a mouse can actually be slower than just hitting a function key.
Right, efficiency again. Okay, and the fourth interaction type, exploring. This feels different, maybe more immersive.
Yeah, exploring involves moving through environments, either virtual or physical. Think VR headsets navigating a 3D world. Or physical spaces with sensors, like an augmented reality museum tour where info pops up as you walk around. It's about discovery, immersion.
So with these four, instructing, conversing, manipulating, exploring, is there one that's just best? Is there a magic bullet?
Nope, no single best. It always comes down to the task, the user, the context. Direct manipulation. Great for doing tasks, designing, drawing, maybe flying a simulator. Instructing. Ideal for repetitive stuff, spell check, file management. Conversing. Good for kids, people less comfy with tech, disabled users, certain phone services.
Makes sense.
Often you see hybrid models. They offer multiple ways to do things, though sometimes this can take a bit longer for people to learn fully. It's always a trade-off. Requires careful thought.
It's actually amazing when you think about the sheer number of interface types out there.
Yeah.
Our sources list over 20. It really shows how many ways we can connect with tech beyond just a screen and keyboard.
It's astounding, isn't it? Just a few examples to show the range. You've got command base, the classic WinMP and GUI, then virtual reality, mobile interfaces, speech, touch, air gestures.
Augmented reality.
Augmented and mixed reality, yeah. Robots, drones, even brain-computer interfaces, BCI. Choosing the right one means really understanding the requirements, the users, the budget, and if the tech actually fits the activity.
So think about your smart speaker, your phone, your car's GPS. Each one uses a specific interaction type, playing to how we naturally behave, or giving us efficient shortcuts. Understanding this, it helps you appreciate the deep intentionality behind the tech we use every single day.
Definitely.
Wow, okay. What a journey today. We've gone from the first tiny spark of an idea all the way through crafting the interaction, organizing the info, to how we actually engage with technology.
Yeah, covered a lot of ground.
Hopefully, you now have a much deeper feel for those hidden principles that make our digital lives work and hopefully make them enjoyable.
And that kind of raises a final question for you, our listener, to think about.
Yep.
Consider the everyday devices, the apps, the websites you use. How many of the things we talked about, those ideation rules, the 5 dimensions of interaction design, the different ways of interacting, can you spot now?
True.
And maybe,
Yeah.
how might understanding these change how you approach your own creative work or even just solving problems day to day?
That's a great thought to leave people with.
We hope this deep dive gives you a whole new way of seeing the digital world all around you.